After going through authorities at district level, state level and national level, now let us into the next category of formal justice administrative authorities, that is tribunals. Numerous quasi-judicial authorities are involved in disputes resolution in India. Their powers are limited to the issue concerned. Administrative agency may hold a formal hearing if required by the law. Formal hearing includes parties will present their testimonies, they produce evidence before the authorities followed by arguments. These quasi-judicial bodies are the tribunals and regulators. Tribunals are constituted as per relevant statutory provisions and area concern as an alternative forum for redressal of grievances and adjudication of disputes other than the courts. The flowchart indicates various kinds of tribunals set up in India to deal with various subject matters. For example, the matters like service matters, environmental matters, company matters, motor vehicles. Service matters are dealt by separate tribunals like Central Administrative Tribunal and State Administrative Tribunal, and these tribunals deals with matters with respect to central government employees and state government employees respectively. In order to deal with environmental matters, Government of India has set up a separate authority known as National Green Tribunal. This tribunal mainly tried to dispose the matters with respect to environment as early as possible, because environment is one of the most important aspect in the present day situation. As a consequence, this NGT consists of experts in dealing with environment and they dispose the matter as early as possible. With respect to telecommunication matters are dealt by Telecom Regulatory Authority of India and TDSAT. With respect to motor vehicles, matters with respect to motor vehicles are dealt by Motor Vehicles Tribunal. Revenue matters are dealt by Revenue Tribunals or Debt Recovery Tribunals. Tax matters are dealt separately with respect to income tax matters or sales tax matters, wherein income tax tribunals as well as sales tax tribunals. Lastly, other formal adjudicator forums available with respect to formal justice administration. Besides the courts and tribunals, we will have other fact-finding bodies or investigating agencies in administration of justice. Indian government established various authorities depends on the need and necessity. Investigation report is not binding on the government. Government will establish adjudicatory forums in investigation and inquiry with the matters, but the report submitted by such authority is not binding on the government. The following chart indicates other formal adjudicatory forum established in India to deal with various matters concerning with human rights, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe matters, women's matters dealing with women, matters dealing with minorities and children. In case of human rights, we are having two separate fact-finding authorities. At the state level, we are having State Human Rights Commission (SHRC). At the national level, we are having National Human Rights Commission. In order to deal with any matters affecting SC and ST or scheduled caste and scheduled tribe atrocities, any matter affecting SC and ST, the powers are given to SC/ST Commission to investigate and to inquire and submit a report to the government. Matters relating to females with respect to divorce or with respect to matters like dowry problems, cruelty, harassment by the husband, with respect to these matters, females can approach Women's Commission and Women's Commission will inquire into such matters. There is a separate commission known as Children's Commission. Matters dealing with children can be referred to this commission and this commission can inquire and submit a report. Finally, with respect to minority rights, there is a separate commission known as Minority Rights Commission. This commission can investigate, inquire, and can submit the report to the government. As I mentioned that the report is not binding on the government. Now let us look into remedies with respect to formal justice system. Depends on the necessity and vulnerable group of persons. Various formal justice authorities are set up in India. These authorities are established to deal with specific matters with expertise in such matters. These authorities are known as special courts. Victim can approach the special court, he can file appropriate remedy before the appropriate forum. Let us look into special courts established in India. The flowchart indicates or highlights the special courts which are functioning in the territory of India. Family courts, this court deals with family matters between husband, wife and children. And we are having a separate court known as NDPS court. This court mainly deals with matters with respect to narcotic drugs. Any person having possession of narcotic drug, if the police arrest him and files a case, the matter is referred to NDPS court. Matters between employee and employer in the factory or with respect to industry, all these matters are referred to labor court, because this labor court is disposing matters in speedy and as early as possible. Any person who is affected in the marketplace, or we can call him as consumer can approach appropriate forum in order to file the remedy before the consumer court. Consumer courts also dispose the matters in a speedy manner. And we are having children's courts. Some states established separate courts to deal with matters which are affecting children. And besides children's courts, in order to deal with juveniles, we are having separate authority known as Juvenile Justice Board. After going through various kinds of court system, tribunals and other adjudicatory forums, let us look into issues we are coming across with respect to formal justice administration. Formal access to justice is systematic in its approach. Aggrieved person can approach the appropriate court as per the remedy he required. But the procedure followed in this system is time consuming and cumbersome. There is a lot of delay in administration of justice. Issues with respect to formal justice. Issues can be classified into the following categories. Presently, around 3 crores of cases are pending before the judiciary. They need to clear all this backlog. For this purpose, government has set up fast track courts. Still, the cases are pending before the court, because people are approaching the court every day and every hour and they are filing cases, and when the backlog is pending, how to dispose the new cases, and they need on the part of the government to inform the fast track court to dispose the matter as early as possible. Otherwise, there will be delay in disposal of justice. Speedy disposal of cases. They need to dispose the cases as early as possible. Majority of the cases, procedure is complicated and people are not aware what procedure they should follow. As a consequence, need on the part of the government to simplify and inform the court to speed up the matters in administration of justice. They need to sensitize the advocates, because generally the advocates request the court for adjournments. They need to reduce the adjournment. For this purpose, a new amendment was made for the CPC, and government informed that court should not award more than 3 adjournments. But even today, judges are giving adjournments as per the request made by the advocates, and they need on the part of the government to restrict adjournments with respect to any matter which is in civil nature. Judges should maintain dignity and integrity in their profession. Nowadays, we are coming across that judges are involved in various scams. Need to bring dignity and integrity to the judicial system. Judges should incorporate honesty in their profession. After going through all these things, I will conclude saying Indian judicial system is a mix of courts, tribunals, regulators and other formal adjudicative forums. All these authorities work together as a part of integrated system in administration of justice to the needy victim. Victim can avail the remedy according to need and situation. After going through today's presentation, let us summarize what we discussed in today's presentation. In the beginning, we started with purpose as well as need for justice system, various kinds of justice administration, and in this module, we mainly focused on formal justice system and we went through various hierarchy of authorities or courts established in India starting from Supreme Court, High Court and courts at district levels. Further, we discussed about various tribunals which are helpful in administration of justice in India. We have gone through various forums established by the government from time to time in adjudication of disputes with respect to people who are at grassroots or who are vulnerable in nature. Lastly, we discussed about various issues with respect to formal justice system. Thank you for your patient listening. I wish you all the best. Bye bye.